Hello everybody, welcome back to my Daily Dose with Tim. Today is season 3, episode 50. And we are also on law number 5 of the laws of real estate investing. And so it's taken us 5 episodes now to get here, well, 4 in total leading up to it. So let's recap quickly, shall we? First law is always be on the lookout for money. The second law is don't get emotionally involved, aka always let the numbers do the talking. And number 3, we shall always buy from motivated sellers instead of becoming a motivated seller. And number 4, we are helping others solve their real estate problems with solutions that we can bring to the table. And so that brings us to law number 5 today, which in my opinion, incidentally, quite corresponds with the very first law as well, which is always be on the lookout for money. However, it's great that you're always on the lookout for money, and yet, if you don't ever ask for anything, the answer is always no. And so when I first learned about the 5 laws of investing, the 5th law literally is you shall always ask. And so what I really took away from that over the years is the fact that yes, we can be on the lookout for money. We can identify where the money sources are. And we're going to go into further digging and examining the different sources of fundings and loans and funding available. And largely it gets broken down very quickly into institutional versus private. And so a lot of people will just say, well, why do I need to ask when, let's say, especially when it comes to institutional lending, all I got to do is go to a mortgage broker, go to a bank, and fill out their application forms, and that's about it. That's me asking. Well, it doesn't just actually quite end there, given the experiences that I've had so far added up over the years, is that sometimes you might get no, sometimes you might get a maybe, regardless. Unless it's a firm yes. And even if it's a firm yes, it doesn't mean that it is. The terms and the rates and everything else is set in stone. So when we say that thou shalt always ask, it actually goes beyond just asking for money. Even if the money is already coming to you, you can still negotiate, renegotiate. And I don't mean negotiate in a very I think a lot of people, they tend to have this idea that the word negotiate is troublesome. It's a lot of work, and it's when things go wrong that you have to negotiate. Remember, it's always about creating win-win situations. And as an investor, again, our job and our duties is to create profitable deals, and also, especially if we're managing and leveraging other people's money, it's our duty to really protect that as well. And by protecting, and in terms of how to protect that money, it really comes down to protecting the deal and making sure that the deal is able to perform as well as it possibly can. And this really goes back to income properties, for example, or any deal. However, I want to bring everybody back to the income properties module that I've done in season 1 and season 2. Once again, if you have not caught those episodes yet, I'm going to put that in the comment section after for you so that you can actually review those things, because a quick high level overview in terms of the formula and how we actually analyze deals is that we love NOI, net operating income. And the reason why we love it is because obviously we want NOI to be as high as it possibly can be. And after that, we take away debt servicing, and then we get to know how profitable this deal is. And that's the thing. You notice that I say how profitable this deal is because remember, first priority out of the 6 top priorities of real estate investing is cash flow. Simply because of the fact that without cash flow, it is simply not a viable business in the long term. And remember, my personal goal and the goal of Trust Your Talent Academy is to create long-term sustainable and profitable investors. And so it's about playing the long game and making sure that you are financially healthy and you're financially well off over time. And so coming back here though, here's the thing. I've had so many incidents where I actually get to go back and renegotiate, even though the lenders have already presented us with the mortgage commitment letter, and then you can still fight. You're in that process where you're really making the puzzle pieces fit. And so just because they are the lenders, it does not mean that you have zero power, or rather you're completely powerless in this case. And the other principle really that I've learned is the fact that you don't ask, you don't get. And more importantly, this is the one that I really want everybody to take away from this, is ask for all and expect some. Ask for all and expect some. What does that mean? You're going to ask for the world. You're going to ask for whatever it is that you can. That comes down to rates, amortization, payment schedule, amongst other things, okay? And expect that they will give you some of those and not all of it. So on that note, I really want to just remind everybody, because over this entire week, a lot of people have actually asked me. So I've been following your content now for a couple of seasons, and now it's season 3 and we're 50 episodes in, which means we're 10 weeks in. I've been coming to you live every single day, Monday to Friday during the week. And so I like the content. At the same time, there's so many options out there. How do I know that you are better than everybody else? And the funny thing is, I always say that, you know what, I'm actually really grateful that we're not the only game in this industry, because my personal goal is to create financial independence one person at a time. And we've been able to create a team of qualified coaches, trainers, and mentors to really push that mission forward all together. And again, I am not one of those people that just think that, we're the only game in town. And because I understand my goal is big, my vision is very big. I want to help as many families, as many people as possible to get to the point in life where money is no longer a concern or a worry. And that's really coming down to having the financial education. And so really, sometimes people will say, yeah, the biggest way I can tell the difference is that you're constantly, and Trust Your Talent is constantly putting out free content, and really you can see that a lot of us, we are just here to share our knowledge, to share our experiences, and to share everything that we've got with you. And you get to decide. At the end of the day, you get to decide what you want to do with your time, with your money, with your resources, what you want to invest in, and how you want to invest in yourselves. And I've had somebody that basically pointed it out to me, and they said, you know what? Yeah, there are a lot of people out there, but the only time that I see them on social media, especially, is when they're running ads. And so again, this is completely just kind of inspired by some of your feedback this week as well. So I thought I'd share that, which is quite interesting to me. Anyways, coming back to our original topic, which is creative financing. This is really the 5 laws of real estate investing, and I want you to really review every single point here. And they might seem really, really straightforward and might seem on a very surface level. However, once again, it's all these basic lessons that really matter when you're maybe in a jam, when you're financially frustrated, or when you're going through a deal process, you're looking to get a fund and it's not happening. And so you don't ask, you don't get. So law number 5 is always, you shall always ask. Okay, so on that note, as you can see, background is once again a little different. I'm actually in Toronto now. Why? Because if you remember, this weekend, so tomorrow and Sunday, and you still have the opportunity to get in. I mean, the room is pretty much filled up at this point. However, we did manage to get an upgrade in our room if we do end up having a few more people as well. So we're running a 2-day live workshop right here in Toronto at the Sheraton Toronto Airport Hotel and Conference Center. And that is 801 Dixon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting the registration link in the comment section. You still have the opportunity to make that decision and to come and join us for 2 full days of the live workshop. We're going to be focusing on sharing with you quite a number of hard and soft strategy when it comes to investing in real estate and being smart about it. More importantly, a lot of our students, this is where they all start. And this is where you actually get to walk away, if for nothing else, a very personalized, tailored financial blueprint leveraging real estate investing so that you can start. That's the thing. So many of us, we are looking into it. We are thinking about it. However, The point is you got to start. And yet, when you want to get started, you need to have a plan. And this is something that I learned from one of the coaches that I've taken programs from, Brandon Burchard, the high performance guy. And he says that he's from Montana, and there's a saying that he learned from growing up is the best time to have a map is before you enter the woods. And so this is what I want to share with everybody is that if for nothing else, come out to the workshop, get a tailored plan for yourself, and then you can decide what to do next. You don't know what you don't know, and that remains one of the biggest lessons that I've learned throughout this entire journey. That's not just being an investor, that's life in general. You really don't know what you don't know until you know. So with that said, thank you for your encouragement and your feedback and your questions throughout the week, and observations, I might add now at this point. So I appreciate all of you. And with that said, I have also decided that I think 60 episodes for this season seems like a good ending spot, simply because season 2 also ended after episode 60. And more importantly, I understand a lot of us have summer plans. So in August, we're all going to take a quick break, and then I will be back with you after that. On that note, have a great rest of the weekend. If you are in the GTA, in the Toronto area, make sure you check out the registration link. If you're humming and eyeing, sitting on the fence is not a fun place to be. So just make that decision. Come and join us. See for yourself. We are offering a buy one, get one offer and still 50%. So that really basically works out to be $5 an hour. And you get to learn about real estate investing strategies as well as getting a tailored, personalized plan for your financial growth. So if you're sitting on the fence, make that decision now, and I look forward to seeing you there. Enjoy the rest of the day and have an amazing weekend. Live well, everybody.